Hello. In 2019, Boris Johnson became the Prime Minister of the UK. This was met with joy from some people and absolute horror by others. To the former, Johnson was someone who spoke the truth. He was a beacon of hope in uncertain times around Brexit. To the latter, he was a bumbling idiot, prone to making a complete fool of himself and a compulsive liar. But I'd like to focus on the bumbling idiot part in this talk. Two examples. In 2012, just before the London Olympic Games, he was on the TV for getting himself stranded on a zip line 3 meters in the air, waving a Union Jack flag. In 2015, he was in Japan and nearly squashed a 10-year-old boy when he fell on him playing rugby. You'll be forgiven for wondering why I'm telling you this. Well, there's a psychological theory, a social psychological theory even, known as the Pratfall effect, and Johnson epitomises this. The Pratfall effect was first suggested by Elliot Aronson, the American psychologist, in 1966. He and his colleagues published a paper called The Effect of a Pratfall on Increasing Interpersonal Attractiveness. They report on an experiment which demonstrated that the attractiveness of a superior person is enhanced if he commits a clumsy blunder. Aronson suggested that these results happened because a superior person may be viewed as superhuman and therefore distant. But a blunder tends to humanize them and consequently increases their attractiveness. However, and this is very important, the same blunder tends to decrease the attractiveness of a more mediocre person. I'll explain how they did the experiment. So Aronson recorded an actor answering a series of quiz questions. The actor, who had actually been given the responses the researchers wanted to hear, correctly answered 92% of the questions. After the quiz, the actor then pretended to spill a cup of coffee over himself, so he committed a small blunder or a pratfall. Aronson then got together two groups of students and played the first group the recording of the actor showing only the quiz questions, and he showed the second group of students the quiz questions and the spilling of the coffee. The students in the second group who witnessed the coffee spilling found the clumsy actor more likeable than the one who only answered 92% of the questions correctly and didn't spill the coffee. Going back to Boris Johnson, he was, at the time of the Olympics and the zip wire incident, the mayor of London. At the time of the Japan rugby incident with the child, he was the UK's foreign secretary. Both positions of considerable power and influence. We can therefore say that Johnson is, to use Aronson's words, a superior person. I wouldn't personally use the word superior, but that's by the by. And he in both cases committed a blunder, an amusing accidental mistake, which just happened to be captured on the TV cameras. Both incidents therefore showed him to be more human, more likeable and less distant. Johnson, as I said at the start, is a compulsive liar. He's deceitful, and certainly getting stuck 3 meters in the air on a zip wire just before the Olympics has been reported as being organised to happen. It was made to look like an accident, but it wasn't. Apparently the operator of the zip wire was asked by Johnson to make it get stuck halfway along its length, and that created the kind of publicity he was looking for. So that is the pratfall effect. It's used to make superior people, those in higher positions, more popular with those in lower positions. It makes the masses think that he or she is just like us. It encourages trust. So it's perfect, in fact, for a politician. I said he or she, but the research does suggest that the pratfall effect is mostly applicable to males. So a woman would not get the same level of success if she were to try the pratfall effect in the same way that Johnson has done. I should reiterate that if a less superior man had committed either of Boris Johnson's pratfalls, then the research suggests that the public would have found him less attractive. It would not have worked as a stunt. So that's all for this talk. I wonder whether there are any other masters of the pratfall in international politics. Thank you.